Hey everyone, my name is Matty Thompson. This is Coach John Crawley with the HP2 Main Game Podcast. We're here today. It's Wednesday. Coach, how's everything going this week?
Everything good. It's fun to finally have a real game at the end of your week. That's always fun for our team as we start to solidify, a scout group and a main group that we're playing with on game days, and so it's been fun to watch our group compete, and even for us as a coaching staff to get a little bit more into the flow of building out our scouting report and kind of what our week will look like. So yeah, we've it hasn't been the smoothest week. We had obviously some weather hit this past weekend, and Monday we were in the basketball courts, so we kind of had a skill day and watched some film and lifted, and then yesterday we're able to have a full team practice, which was nice to get out on the field. Our facilities people were able to get the snow plowed off the field, and obviously really grateful to them for that. And now we're headed into the middle of the week where we're excited to play a really tough opponent in Navy.
Yeah. Before we get into Navy, this past weekend you guys had a scrimmage with Duke, your second one this year. Tell us about that overall performance, anything that stood out.
Well, first of all, it was a great challenge. I thought Duke came really prepared. They were flying around, and I think it was a really good test for our team. We didn't respond very well. We did not have a great game. I think, frankly, in pretty much every single facet, I thought that they dominated us. And I think that when you get hit with that early in the year, sometimes it's frustrating, but it's a reality that, every season has its own story to be written. And all we can do is figure out, all right, what are the things that we're doing well? What are the things that we're not doing well? How do we position our team on a day-to-day basis to get them to do those things better? We had some distractions throughout the week. Weather in the weekend. We moved our game from Saturday to Friday at Duke. So I didn't think we necessarily handled those distractions very well. And then I think we saw a Duke team that was like completely different than what we saw in the fall. They were playing, using their athleticism really well. They were, much more pressure in the ride, much more pressure in early offense. And I think our team expected one thing and saw something different, and I think that that's a good lesson to learn early on. So, I didn't love how we responded to some of those distractions, but the thing that I did love was our reaction to it. I think that our captains and our seniors were certainly disappointed in the way that we played. So we got right back to the drawing board on Saturday morning. We watched the film. We addressed some things that we needed to address. And then we were able to enter this weekend with a clean slate. And again, every season is going to have highs and lows. And I think the reality of all sports is, everyone tends to overreact to when things are really good and overreact to when things are really bad. And I think that the lesson for our team is that, we're just where we are just where we're at. And we've got to figure out ways to get better, and that's going to be the story of every season. And it's never going to be prepared on January 23rd for every facet of the game. It's going to be, let's put ourselves in situations that are difficult, and let's figure out where we're struggling. And so it was a good weekend. It's good for us. I definitely think Duke took it to us and punched us in the mouth a little bit. And again, I think that that's ultimately a good thing as we head into the beginning of this year, and now as we head into another tough matchup.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a scrimmage for a reason. You just gotta learn and you grow for it, right? So. Well, obviously, this upcoming weekend's our first regular season game, which is exciting. It's already January, and we're already talking about regular season. But yeah, this is our fourth matchup against Navy in the past 4 years, I believe. 2-1 record against them. What's something that we can kind of expect from the midshipmen this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you can expect something very similar from a Navy team every single year.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a group of guys who sign up to go serve our country, and I think whenever you're going up against a military institution and academies, you're going to get a tough group. And Coach Amplo and his staff have done a great job in developing them, and you've seen that in different points in time throughout the last however long they've been there. So I know that we're going to get a really tough group, a group that's going to scrap off the ground, a group that's going to be really confrontational on defense, a group that I think offensively we watched last year do a really good job, as the year went on, and certainly in our game against them in the first week of the season, so I think we're going to get a really well-coached team. I think we're going to get a tough group. It's going to be a really competitive game, and like I said, anytime that you play a service academy, you're going to get a tough team, and we also don't really know what to expect. It sounds like this past weekend we were dealt with some weather. Looks like this weekend the weather's not going to be great. We're expecting snow here down in North Carolina. I know that snow is expected a little bit further north. So frankly, a lot of the distractions that we dealt with last week, hopefully we handle those better this week. And hopefully we can go into this game and remain focused on our details as best we can.
Yeah. Do you think, with it being the first regular season game, obviously, do you think that sets the tone for the rest of the season?
I do. I do. But again, like similar to what I said about the Duke game, right? Or scrimmage, everybody tends to overreact to the result of a game, especially early on.
Yeah.
You see it on lacrosse Twitter. Lacrosse Twitter will, a team will, maybe a lower ranked team will beat a really good team early on, and all of a sudden they're the best thing since sliced bread. And then on the flip side, that really good team is the worst thing since whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that those overreactions tend to happen. So will it set the tone? Maybe. I think it could. I think that every game has the opportunity to be really influential to your whole season. But I think it's just the next one. It's just the next game. It's the next opportunity to get out and play. That's what we talk about constantly, is like we're not going to put all of our marbles into any one game. This year is a process. We don't want to become too obsessed with any result. But I think more than anything, to be able to go against a team like Navy, to play against a group that's as well coached as them, and they scrap all over the field, I think it'll just be a great test. And I think it'll be a great test for our group. I think it'll be a really good test in the middle of the field for our face-off group. Their guy, Hayashi, has been a terror through the Patriot League over the last couple of years, and I believe heavily in our guy. It'll be a great test for him.
Yeah.
So I think that across the board, it's going to be an awesome test of hopefully managing some distractions a little bit better than we did last week, and could certainly set the tone for things in the right direction. There's no doubt about it.
Nice.
Well, we're here recording on Wednesday, a day late because Maddie was stuck in Mexico this past weekend, an extra day. Really tough situation for him. But an alum, or two High Point alums, got married this past weekend. Tell us a little bit about seeing everybody.
Yeah, it was Nick and Jenna Murphy. Shout out love. It was the first time I ever said Jenna Murphy out loud. That's pretty cool. But yeah, they got married down in Cabo this past weekend. We were there last week before the snowstorm kind of kicked in, so we kind of got trapped there, which just I had to spend an extra day at the pool, so that stunk. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. Majority of our class was there, and it's really cool. The old coach at High Point, Coach Torpy, he always said that you guys would be at each other's weddings, and I didn't think it would be. I didn't think it would be that true, but it was really cool to kind of see. It was like we haven't really fell off or anything. It was kind of, we were here in 2023, then didn't really see everyone. Then it was like the same group was there like a day later or something like that. It was like, so it was great to see a lot of people. The wedding was fantastic. Whoever planned it, great job. Probably, I think Jenna did most of the heavy lifting. Nick said he added the corn dogs and the Choco tacos. He said he had a big involvement in. But it was a really fun time. It was great to see everyone down in Cabo. trying to think what other. They had a saxophone player just randomly on the dance floor. It was something I've never seen before, but I definitely
let's not sell anybody out on the dance floor. Let's not go too crazy. How many High Point alum were there? How many lacrosse guys?
Lacrosse guys, I want to say it was about 15 of us,
wow.
10 or 15 of us. And the women's side, there was, I want to say, 8 or so from the women's lacrosse team. So it was a big kind of High Point wedding. I tried to get the fight song to be played. The saxophonist did not know it to heart, nor did he know English, but that was besides the point. But it was a great time just celebrating High Point. And
awesome. Well, we weren't celebrating High Point, I would think.
Oh yeah, we were celebrating. We were celebrating. We were celebrating Nick and Jenna, but I was celebrating High Point from afar.
As you always are.
Yes, I love High Point.
Well, I do think it goes to show, right? You know, you have 15 teammates show up in, you know, a different country.
Yeah.
For you, and then obviously for Jenna as well, having 8 of her teammates show up in a different country. I do think it speaks to, you know, the culture that Coach Torpy was building.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you know, I think that those are things that we talk about in our locker room all the time, and you know, you don't even realize it. We actually talk about it with official visits as well with recruits. It's like, this might be your first time meeting somebody, but ultimately that person that you may meet that's in your class is all of a sudden going to be your freshman year roommate, and then your housemate for the next 3 years, and then all of a sudden you're at the wedding.
Yeah.
However many years later, and I think that, you know, the accumulation of all of those moments when you're here, when you're either out on the field or in the classroom or, you know, in your houses, to see the whole group come together like later in life is always really cool.
It's really like, because Nick had a freshman roommate in Millis dorm, Parker Green. They lived with each other all 4 years, and Parker was actually the officiant at the wedding.
Awesome.
So that was like, to me, that was just really
cool.
cool. Like, just knowing, because they've been best friends forever.
Sure.
And like, they've been through a lot with each other, and just seeing Parker up there with Nick was really cool.
Sure.
Then, of course, I was friends with Jenna, seeing Jenna and Nick get married. So it's not every day you get to see 2 of your like friends get married to each other. So that was really cool to see.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really, really cool. And obviously an awesome setting for it. So
it couldn't get better than the beach, and it was whale season. So the whales were going up.
That's cool.
I'm still convinced Nick had something to do with it, like controlling the, like, it was literally, you look to your, like, they're about to say I do, you look to your left, and like 2 whales are just going like this to each other. So yeah, it was an awesome weekend, and I can't wait for more.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations to
Nick and Jenna.
Nick and Jenna.
Shout out love.
On the nuptials. That's awesome, and you know, obviously pumped for both of you guys.
Yeah. All right, time for our lightning round. Fast money, as Family Feud watchers might know it. Favorite midnight snack? You shouldn't be up past midnight, but favorite 8 p.m. snack?
Favorite midnight snack? That's a tough one. I don't snack a lot at midnight. But if I'm making,
good answer.
If I'm making, no, it's not a good answer. It's a cop-out answer, actually. Popcorn.
Popcorn. Okay. Butter.
Yeah, microwave popcorn.
Okay.
Not just like the Skinny Pop. Skinny Pop's good.
Skinny Pop, yeah. Boom Chicka Pop. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, but I like the movie theater.
Orwell or whatever his name
yeah.
was. I could be butchering that, but. Yeah.
All right. Do you prefer warm or cold weather?
I prefer warm because I usually say cold, but this week has sucked. And Mexico was a lot better than this. So this, I would say warm weather.
Okay.
Bucket list item you haven't done yet.
Oh, I wasn't looking at that. I wasn't ready for that one. Bucket list item I haven't done yet. Travel to Ireland with my dad and brothers.
Have you been to Ireland? Or is it just travel to Ireland with
I've never been to Europe in general.
I've been to
my bucket list item would be Ireland with my dad and brothers.
I've been to so instead of a beach trip for high school, our high school does an Irish trip with your dad.
Wow. With your dad?
Yeah, your dad's like the chaperones.
Awesome.
So it was such a cool time.
Wow.
We were just
Where
basically.
Where were you in Ireland? Do you remember?
We didn't do Dublin because that's like they said it was too commercialized. Like it's basically going to New York. We went to.
What's wrong with New York?
Yeah, it's all right. But if I'm traveling across
Europe,
it's still Staten Island, but it's all right. I would say we went to Dingle. We went to Kilkenny. we climbed Patrick. I don't know if all of our Irish viewers out there, if I'm not, I forget what city that's in, but and then we ended in, I forget, it was so long ago, but yeah, it was kind of those major kind of 3 cities.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, if you were a professional wrestler, what would your entrance song be?
That is tough. Either John Cena has the greatest one ever, but I would say I was gonna say something "Smelled Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana. Yeah, just something to just get me amped. What else is there? There's something. Maybe "Kiss and Say Goodbye" by the Manhattans. Very slow song, but it's like telling that's if I'm walking out second.
Okay, so if you're walking out first, it smells like Team Spirit.
Yeah, if I'm walking out second, it's "Kiss and Say Goodbye."
Okay.
Just because, like, basically, I'm telling my opponent, like, say goodbye because I'm going to destroy you.
Okay.
That's my mindset.
Now, follow-up question? What would be your signature move?
A knee to the groin, folled by a
knee to the groin and a runaway.
Yeah, then
just get out of there.
Yeah, then just run back to my tunnel. Maybe bring some sand in my pocket, throw the sand in his face, to a suplex, to the knee to the face, and then
that's
easy
a little
tap
bit more
out.
Elaborate.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. You're up.
Cats or dogs?
Dog.
Yeah, cats are stupid.
Brutal question.
I hate cats. That's a dumb one. Producer
Can't trust
crazy.
them.
That was an easy one. Dogs for me too.
Yeah. How do you cut a sandwich?
Right down the middle.
But
using a knife.
So we actually spoke about this as a team at one point. Were you ever told, like, a piece of paper you fold, like hot dog or hamburger?
Mm-hmm. Like this?
So, like, this would be hamburger?
Hamburger for sure.
And then this would be hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog's stupid.
So you would go hamburger this way?
Hamburger, because you can...
Not like triangles or anything?
Look at... I don't know if you can zoom in here. Those are deep questions. But, yeah, cut in there. So, I mean, if you got the hamburger, you can see the information still and whatever you need on the backside.
Wait, but we're not talking about folding of a piece of paper. We're talking about the cutting of a sandwich.
You brought up paper.
Because I had to explain the hamburger hot dog. So how are you cutting your sandwich? Because there's not going to be information on your sandwich. It's more going to be like...
Well, whatever. So then I'll cut it halfway just because you get the toppings on both sides. So say you have a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Okay.
You get, granted, whoever you go to, if they portion it out correctly, you cut down the middle, you get the same quantity on both sides.
Sure. What's
the other way to do it?
I was thinking more like diagonal, if it was like white toast or wheat toast. That was a potential of one.
But what's the perks of that?
I like a corner bite.
Oh.
That corner bite on a triangle. I don't think that would be my answer, by the way. I think I'm cutting it in.
So you're just playing devil's advocate.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just, giving you a little lesson on hot dog.
Yeah, this was just
and then cutting sandwiches.
Yeah, you still... I get that if you toast the bread, but if you're not toasting the bread, that's just like a little flimsy corner anyway.
Okay, what bread would you choose?
White.
So
what am I eating? What's on the sandwich?
What is the first sandwich that comes to mind for you when we're talking about this?
A bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. So usually that would be on...
A bagel.
A bagel. So that's a circular one. Yeah. So you could only cut it one way.
Unless you get crazy with it.
And we're literally full circle. Yeah. That's great.
Oh, like a bagel.
Awesome.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird or night owl? I'd probably say early bird. Sometimes I have to do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I like to be up early.
It sucks because I want to. I'm in the same way. I'm an early bird or in a night owl, but I just stay up late, and my body just won't let me sleep in. So I'm up by say I go to bed at 1, I'm up by 8, which is still 7 hours.
Sure. Yeah.
But
8. That's not early bird.
No. What's what you consider
8 o'clock early?
I gotta be up. I'm still up by 11 a.m. So it's.
Yo, the early bird.
You ever seen that from Ted? It was like, he set an alarm for 11, I got to do something in the morning.
That sounds like exactly it.
That looks like it for the fast money part of the round, but this has been HP 2-Man podcast. 2-Man game, sorry. This has been the HP 2-Man game podcast. I'm Matty Thompson. This has been Coach John Crawley. Catch us next week.